Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to the first 2023 edition of Monday Movie Pickup. Technically, I haven't done one of these in a while just because I didn't get enough movies to really discuss anything in a full video, but I have already done an unboxing of WALL-E on my other channel, the Daily Cinephile. So if you want to look at the insides of this one, check it out over there. But of course, WALL-E, one of my almost probably all-time favorite movies. It's up there, probably in like at least the top 30. And it's a movie that I was so happy that Criterion did a release of. That means that it'll open the door to more Pixar movies and probably more Disney movies in the future at a perfect time when Disney is starting to slow down its rollout of movies and older movies on Blu-ray. So that was great to see. Next up we have Terrifier 2. So this is a movie that I saw the first one, and I wasn't too impressed by it. It had some great effects, but it wasn't my type of movie. So I wasn't sure what Terrifier 2 was going to be like. And I saw the movie in theaters, and I was astonished by how much fun I had with this movie. This really is... it's like watching a movie from the 80s, just lost in time, basically. It really looks... even like... the look of the film, because it doesn't look like a Hollywood production. It does look like something that would have been budgeted for the 80s. So I had a lot of fun with this, and I saw this slipcover. I wouldn't have bought this movie so quickly, but this slipcover at Best Buy was way too cool to pass up. Of course, this is the 4K version, which I believe is only available at Best Buy. I don't know how long the slipcover will be coming with the release, so if you haven't bought it yet and you're a fan of Terrifier 2, make sure to get to a Best Buy and purchase it, because even my local Best Buy, it was selling out fast. We have here Nope, which is a movie that I really liked from 2022. It will be in my top 10. Jordan Peele, to me, he just does it again. It's not quite as good as Get Out, but I do think it's better than Us, and a lot to really dive into with this movie. I think there was a lot of stuff that maybe went over people's heads, but I think it all works. And I saw this 4K release at Best Buy. This was not actually from the Black Friday sale. This was actually bought a couple weeks later, but it was for such a good price for the 4K that, you know, as you all know, I'm not actively trying to get only 4K discs at this point, but it was a price that I couldn't pass up, so I figured why not get one of my favorite movies of 2022 on 4K. And we also have, from that same day, Bullet Train. Now, this probably won't make my top 10, but this is such a fun, energetic movie, and one of the few movies that I can say, you know, I often see Rotten Tomatoes scores. I think you should just ignore them. But as far as they go, I think they usually actively get the movie pretty spot on. Even if I like a movie that maybe Rotten Tomatoes gave a lower score to, I usually understand why it has a lower score. But this is one of the few movies that I really do not understand why it had such a low score, because I thought this was fun, zany, had everything that people typically like from a Guy Ritchie movie or a Quentin Tarantino movie, but didn't feel like a ripoff. It did feel like David Leitch's own personal type of film. Brad Pitt's great in it, this whole cast is amazing, and it's nice to just see something original on the big screen that just was so fun, and I'm excited to watch it again. I'm glad I actually got the 4K of it, because I truly think it deserves to be watched on 4K. Clerks 3. I did see this movie in theaters. I enjoyed it enough. This movie, I still think really works, and it's an idea that I think a lot of people are going to find to be way too meta. I think a lot of people might think that Kevin Smith got a little lazy with this one, but I think this is one of his more personal films, and it honestly does some stuff that I didn't expect Kevin Smith to do in one of his movies. So I had a lot of fun watching it, and it was also, you know, it was emotional. So as soon as I saw this in stores, I couldn't really pass it up. Now we have some online purchases. Here's the Little Rascals Complete Collection. This was on sale during Black Friday. I didn't do many Black Friday deals this year. This was the only one, actually. I went out for Black Friday, but I just didn't find any Blu-ray deals. They've basically disappeared. I mean, even whatever prices they had them at, they weren't all that great. So I think we've kind of seen the end of the Blu-ray Black Friday deals, and soon enough they won't be in stores anymore. But this was available on Amazon for, I think it was like 25% off. This is a great collection. Classic Flicks released this, and they've previously put a lot of stuff from the Little Rascals on Blu-ray, but this actually comes with a bonus disc. I don't know if this set has all the episodes for me to put away my Our Gang VHS box set that I own, but we'll see. I mean, I know there's a lot packed into here. I know the most famous one that I can think of, the Yum Yum Eat 'em Up guy, I know that's in this set. My only, I think, issue with it is that, like, the interior of it, some of these discs get stacked, which I'm not a fan of. It's not this that are getting stacked. It's like there's literally another disc behind this one. I'm not a fan of stacking them as flapjacks, as I say. This is from Olive Films, but this is Dance With Me, Henry. This is the last Blu-ray from the Abbott and Costello Blu-rays I need to buy. So all the individual releases, there's not too many of them. Most of the movies you can get through the Universal collection that was released by Shout Factory. I've been waiting too long to buy, and I'm not sure if it's going out of print, but I saw the price start to rise a little, so it got me concerned. I made sure to buy it rather than wait for it to go for a lesser price. I had been waiting for it to go down, but it doesn't look like it was going to happen. So I bought it, made sure I got it before any possible out-of-print situation happens. And you know, Abbott and Costello, what else is there to say? Some people like them, some people hate them. We have here Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Warner Archive edition. This Blu-ray release, I'm super happy they released it. They released the 1941 version a few months ago, but they saved this one for Halloween 2022, so I bought it. And yeah, I have really grown my Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde collection over time. I have the silent version, I have some other versions that were released in the 20s. I hear everyone say that this is the best version of it. Nighthawks. So I'm trying to slowly collect more of the Shout Select Blu-rays. This is the 6th release that they did, and I don't really know much more about this movie, except, you know, it's Stallone, so you can't really go wrong with Sylvester Stallone. Blue Hawaii, so of course I have been just praising the Paramount Presents series. I think they've been doing some great work on these Blu-rays, and now they've been getting into 4Ks as well, if I could spin the discs for you to see. But these sets are always so great. It's such a wide variety of different movies. The slipcover, I do like that they always have the original poster on the inside. I know the next one that they're doing is Double Jeopardy, which is actually a movie I reviewed on my YouTube channel. It was an awful DVD, and it's never been released in the US on Blu-ray, but it's hitting Paramount Presents as a 4K edition, so even though I didn't love that movie, but I found it interesting enough that I probably would rewatch it on 4K just so I could see it in better quality, because the original DVD was awful, and I believe it's actually going to include the alternate ending, which was not, I believe, available on the DVD, and I don't know if it's ever been officially released. Probably one of my happiest purchases in years, Tropic Thunder, a 2-disc Blu-ray that contains the theatrical cut. As many of you have probably heard me say many times, I've complained that Tropic Thunder was only ever released on Blu-ray with the director's cut, or the extended cut. It did not have the original theatrical cut, which is the version I actually prefer of the film. But finally, they now have this Blu-ray that has both versions of the movie, and the theatrical cut is the one that's on 4K. Unfortunately, the director's cut is only on a regular Blu-ray, not 4K. I don't understand the reasoning for that, but to me it doesn't matter, because the one I wanted was the theatrical cut. Plus, it does include all the original special features that came with the first Blu-ray. I believe I might have to look up some. I might have to look that up, because you know it has all the commentaries listed, but and all the other special features. But I am kind of wondering, maybe they didn't port everything over. I'll have to do some comparing, but otherwise I'll probably just hold on to that disc as well. And it's just cool that finally, because I had the DVD of the theatrical cut. It was only ever released on DVD. I held on to it for years, but now I can finally pass it on, and I now have a Blu-ray release, a 4K release of the theatrical cut. It made me so happy, and I did rewatch it already, and it's still a great movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. One of the funniest movies about the Hollywood industry that I've ever seen. So that's everything from this week. I will see you in more videos coming up in 2023. So again, Happy New Year, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks for watching the video, and special shout out to Lauren, FrogDaisy, Anna, Kirsten, Spencer, Lucas, Ryan, and Robert for the support on Patreon. By joining my Patreon, you can get exclusive videos and blogs, and for only $7, you can request your own movie review. I hope you stick around, Cinephile, and have a happy, productive day.